どうしましょう。先生のためにはあんたと一緒に行くべきなんでしょうが、嫌な相手の言うことを素直に聞くというのは精神衛生上良くないというか、生理的に無理というか。
どうしようね。
If I came to you talking about a show where the main character dies and then is reincarnated as his own father and is forced to raise his past self while also being the head of a criminal organization, you might think that's a oddly specific concept, but definitely interesting. Now, how about a show with vampires?
So suck your dick, blood.
Ever since Abe Lincoln cited the first vampire in 1818, they seem to be fucking everywhere. You can say what you want about them, but can't deny that there's an audience. Hell, even in 2021, there were 7 new animes created that primarily focus on vampires. Under normal circumstances, I would never seek out a vampire show just because the idea has been beaten to death. And didn't do that for this either. I just thought the cover image looked pretty cool. Turns out, show's pretty cool. The case study of Vanitas is the second anime adaptation for creator Jun Mochizuki, who is also the creator of the popular series Pandora Hearts. What does this mean? Well, nothing really. I just thought it was interesting, maybe add some credibility. And quickly, guys, if you enjoy this content, make sure to hit that like button. If you want to support me further, go to my Patreon link, which is in the description. The show tells the age-old story of Red versus Blue. See, normally vampires are born under the Crimson Moon, but a single vampire Vanitas was born under the Blue Moon, a sign of ill omen. And just like society, the Crimson vampires despise him because he's different and drive him from the village. Vanitas isn't exactly thrilled, so he vows to get revenge against the other vampires and comes up with one of the most heinous things I've ever witnessed. A book. Just the sheer thought of it sends shivers down my spine. I suppose the fact that it can corrupt a vampire's true name and apply a curse worse than death is also a bit rough. Based on the name, the show follows the adventures of Vanitas, but not the one I just mentioned. This Vanitas isn't even a vampire. He's a human doctor who got sucked off by a vampire of the Blue Moon, giving him some of the clan's powers. He also has the book. Not sure how he got it. Maybe it's like a library-based system where the different members of the Blue Moon clan can check it out for certain periods of time. He's realized that while the book can corrupt and curse a vampire, it can also cure those corruptions. Apparently, he must have been involved in some unwanted sucking situation because he wants to get vengeance against the Blue Moon, and to do so, he'll instead save the vampire population by restoring their true names.
Oh, shit.
But all the Crimson vampires are like, fuck this guy, he smells, let's murder him. Thankfully, though, he's joined by a vampire, Noe, who's been tasked with assessing the true nature of the Book of Vanitas. Noe does not fear the Blue Moon and helps keep Vanitas safe, to an extent. The thing that made this show so enjoyable to watch was the fact that I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I'll explain. Vanitas has everything. Drama, action, fantasy, mystery, comedy, romance, and even horror elements. It's a wonderful hodgepodge of genres that kept me interested throughout. The unpredictable nature was something really refreshing as I wasn't sure where the show was going next. You could have a full-on romance episode or one that needed a violence disclaimer beforehand. Its hectic style reminded me a lot of Bungo Stray Dogs. Perhaps the obvious thing is that they're both animated by Bones, but the lighthearted banter between Noe and Vanitas accompanied by the eccentric supporting cast felt welcomely familiar. Even Vanitas shares a lot of similarities with Dazai. Unusual behavior, the main comic relief, and an extremely dark past. They know how to make the tough decisions and oftentimes do things their own way. The main difference? Dazai's way fucking cooler. Sorry, I'm a bit biased. But with all of these elements that Vanitas implements, is it done right? Fuck no! The comedy is forced in many areas and can be jarring in more serious scenes. Ooh, look at this great emotional tension. Funny bell loud. A lot of the moments are just stinky doo-doo and could have been omitted. The romance in the show is borderline unwatchable. I get that they're vampires and the whole I want to suck your blood thing is prevalent. Well, actually they're in Paris, so maybe a less look. But the scenes are so uncomfortable to watch. It's just borderline sex scenes. I don't know how these people are so cordial with each other. It's like, hey, wanna suck me off? And then it happens. If only it was that easy. You got people licking their lips, licking themselves, licking other people. It's just pretty weird all around. That's not even the worst part. Whose idea was it to make these scenes so damn long? It felt like the average suck scene lasted at least 20 seconds, which to be fair is longer than I last. But we even have one that's almost a minute long of no talking and just hearing It's not all bad though. There are cute parts and some of the jokes are actually good, but the show excels in the darker, more serious moments. Interesting characters with a great cast of VAs behind them make for some fantastic scenes. My favorite aspect about the show has to be the little bits of horror mixed within. If you think about it, vampires are kind of fucking scary. Someone with fangs gouging into your neck and removing the life from your body?
No thanks, I choose life.
I'm sure some people are into that. A bit weird, but I don't kink shame. The vampires themselves aren't creepy, but the bloodthirsty amalgamations they become after being corrupted definitely are. That mixed in with that patented anime creepy voice, and you got some nice moments. The Case Study of Vanitas has become a show I think I could recommend to anyone because it has at least something everyone could enjoy. Will you actually enjoy the entire show? I don't fucking know. Go watch it. The first part ends with some cliffhangers and sets up some shit that could make part 2 pretty bonkers. It could also be awful, but I have a feeling we'll be satisfied. Part 2 is scheduled to have a release in January of 2022, so while you're procrastinating your life away waiting for Elden Ring to come out, go give it a watch. I'd be interested in revisiting this title in a future video after that second part is done, because I'm curious as to what will happen. I hope you'll be looking forward to that as well as my other videos, and if you enjoyed this one, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you never miss another video. Thanks, and I hope to see you here next time.